Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn very interesting topic. Let's start with a question. You have seen a plant growing into huge tree, right? For this, first you need to sow a seed in the ground. After which the seed grows into small seedling. See the second stage which is shown in the PPT. After a period of time, this seedling grows into sapling. Can you see the third stage which is shown in the PPT? And after many years, this sapling grow up to be a huge tree. Now, does a seed grows into tree rapidly in 15 or 20 days? No, the growth is slow in process, or we can say it is a gradual process. Does this seed grows continuously or does it stop growing suddenly for 2-3 months and then grows back again? Seeds keep on growing into a plant slowly and gradually. So growth is continuous process. So gradual and continuous change can be seen in plant and also in animals. Like the changes of seeds from seedling to a huge tree is called evaluation. Today we are going to study about evaluation and stages of evaluation in animals. Evaluation. Evaluation is generally understood to mean gradual and continuous change. Evaluation in plants and animals can be understood in the following manner. So, in the process of surviving but adopting sudden environmental changes, for example, natural disaster like earthquake, flood, tsunami, volcanic eruption, etc., or human interference like war, also due to animals' interaction, etc. There are certain internal changes that take place in some species of animals. Over a period of time, these internal changes became inherited characteristics which were seen in the following generation. Due to this, a new species was formed that was different from the original. The different one evolved, but the original one died. Species which are capable of adapting to environmental changes are able to survive. So, as time passes, the environmental changes. So, we should adopt the changes in the environment. But the one that cannot do so became extinct in the process of evaluation. The word extinction means it suddenly got disappeared. The first scientist who gave us the concept of evaluation was Charles Darwin. Now we will look at the camel, how it survived. It mostly survived in hot and sandy desert. Now we will look at its features. So they have long eyelashes which can be closed to protect against blowing wind. So sandy dust won't enter into their eyes. They have stretched nostrils which can be closed to protect against blowing wind. They have rough leather mouth which helps the camel eat thorny plant like cactus. They have hair on back which protect the camel from the sun. They have long legs which help the camel from the hot sand. And they have twin-toed feet which prevent the camel feet from sinking into the sand. Now we will look at the example of dinosaur. So in ancient times there were many species of a type of animals called dinosaur. The word dinosaur is derived from the word dinos. In Greek means terrible and sauros means lizard. Dinosaurs means terrible lizard. And sometimes they were enormous in size, means they were large in size. It appears that species of enormous became extinct, so it suddenly got disappeared. Due to some natural disaster, environmental changes is believed to be responsible for their extinction. Fossils means remains of dinosaur with wing have been discovered. It is believed that some species of two-legged and winged dinosaur evolved into bird. Can you see the dinosaur evolved into the bird with two-legged and winged? Now we will look at the stages of evaluation of animals. So you have learned in the previous lesson that life on earth began with unicellular organism known as protozoa. These unicellular organisms gave rise to multicellular living things. The multicellular organism evolved gradually and various classes of plants and animals came into being. The stages are, there are two stages, invertebrates and vertebrates. Invertebrates are the animals without a backbone, and vertebrates are the animals which have backbone to support them. So for example, invertebrates of the animals like snail, mosquito, worm, butterfly, even housefly, they don't have backbone which supports. Example of vertebrates are the animals which have backbone. Let's look at aquatic animals like fish which live in underwater. They lay eggs, they have scales and fins, and they are cold-blooded, which means they can produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on their surrounding temperature. Now we will look into amphibians. They are frogs and lizards. Animals which live in water and also on land. They have gills to breathe in underwater and also lungs to breathe on land. They are cold-blooded, which means they cannot produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on the surrounding temperature. For example, frog. Now we will look at the birds. The birds which make nests and lay eggs and incubate their eggs to keep them warm and protect, while the chick inside the egg grows and develops. Even they are the vertebrate animals which have backbone to support them. Reptiles. Many reptiles lay eggs, but reptiles is said to be cold-blooded because they cannot produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on the surrounding to keep warm. This is why reptiles are found in hot or warm climate. And many animals which crawl like snake are also a part of reptiles. Some example of reptiles are snake, turtle, tortoise, etc. Mammals are mostly evolved among vertebrates. So growth of baby in the mother womb for some time before the birth, and the baby is fed on the mother milk for some time after the birth. These are mammals. So they have to nourish their baby through milk. For example, cow, goat, dog, sheep, etc. These are the type of animals which are vertebrates. Platypus and some species of anthidia are exception to this, but they are considered as mammals. But even though they lay eggs, they suckle the young ones. Now we will do about apis. Apis are somewhat like human in appearance. They mostly live on trees. Those species of apis which continue to live on trees retain their original ape-like form. So in grassland where vegetation is dominated by a nearly continuous over of grasses, where some ape species were forced to move around the ground. These species evolved gradually in time and gave rise to human species. This happened first on the African continent. The human species is called primitive man. Primitive is a word means the first. So we have learned about evaluation and the stages of evaluation of animals and evaluation of human species. We will do a small summary of what we did. So the word evaluation means gradual or continuous change. The first scientist who gave us explanation of the concept of evaluation was Charles Darwin. So in ancient times, there were many species of type of animals called dinosaur. Dinos in Greek means terrible and sauros means lizard. So dinosaur means terrible lizard. So it is believed that suddenly there was a natural disaster or environmental changes where the dinosaurs suddenly got disappeared. And the fossils of dinosaur means remains of a dinosaur with wings have been discovered, and it is believed that some species of two-legged and winged dinosaur evolved into a bird. Now we will look into vertebrates and invertebrates. Animals without a backbone are called invertebrates. For example, snail, mosquito, housefly. And animals which have backbone are called vertebrates. For example, fish, frog, bird, cow, human, etc. Now we will look the fish who is among the vertebrates which have backbone to support. Aquatic animals such as fish which live in underwater, they lay eggs, they have scales and fins. They are cold-blooded, which means because they cannot produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on the surrounding temperature. Amphibians means which live in water and also on land, have gills to breathe underwater and also lungs to breathe on land. They are cold-blooded, which means they cannot produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on the surrounding temperature. For example, frogs, lizards, etc. Birds which make nest and lay eggs. And incubate the eggs to keep them warm and protect while the chick inside the egg grows and develops. Reptiles. Many reptiles lay eggs, but reptile is said to be cold-blooded because they cannot produce heat in their own bodies and have to rely on the surrounding to keep warm, and this is why reptiles are found in hot or warm climate. And animals which crawl, for example, snakes are also a part of reptile animal. Mammals. Mammals are most evolved animals among vertebrates. So growth of baby in the mother womb for some time before the birth, and the baby is fed on the mother milk for some time after the birth. This is a characteristic of the mammal. For example, cow, dog, cat, sheep, etc. Based on this, I would like to ask some questions. Question number 1. Which scientist gave explanation of the concept of evaluation? The scientist who gave us concept of evaluation was Charles Darwin. Question number 2. What do we call animals which live in water and also on land? Amphibians are the animals which live in water and also on land. For example, frog. Question number 3. What is the difference between vertebrates and invertebrates? Vertebrates are the animals which have a backbone, are called vertebrates. For example, fish, bird, mammal animals like cow. And invertebrates are the animals which don't have backbone, are called invertebrates. For example, snail, mosquito, housefly, butterfly, etc. Now I would like to ask one application question. Question number 1. Why species of dinosaur which were large in size suddenly became extinct? It is believed that Dinosaurs which were large in size became extinct due to some natural disaster or environmental changes are responsible for the extinction. But fossils of dinosaurs with wings have been discovered. It is believed that some species of two-legged and big winged dinosaurs evolved into bird. Thank you.